Hey everybody, Mr. Kevin here from HumboldtCraftworks. Welcome to another episode of the Curved Cabinets of Bimbo. All right, episode number 14. That's 15. 14. Good golly. All right, well, welcome back to the Curved Cabinets of Bimbo, episode number 14, running curved molding on a curved panel. And I'm going to show you how I go about doing that. I'm going to show you the little jig I made. I made a little tiny jig for the chop saw, which has that exact radius on there, so I can actually make mitered cuts with on the curved molding, basically. So we're going to take the domino machine, and I'm going to put these little guys right here, these little itty bitty fellers, in the back side of the molding and on the back of that raised panel. And we're going to glue the whole thing up. I'm going to show you how all that works. We're going to glue the whole thing up, clamp it, and I'll run through all that with you. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give away something because we've reached 200 subscribers. 200 subscribers. Thanks everybody who subscribed and liked the videos and all that, shared it with all your friends. I really appreciate it. And as a token of my appreciation, I'm going to give away something at the end of this video. So yeah, there's a little contest that you're gonna have to do, and you have to put something in the comment below. So yeah, check it out at the very end of the video. But watch this video first because you're gonna have to comment on something in this video. I fooled you. All right, well, let's get to the video, and I'll see you at the end. All right, have an awesome day. Bye. Hello, I'm back. All right, so we've got our little pieces cut to the sizes we hope were exactly correct. We're going to see how square they are using the old grandpa square here. Pretty square. I'm having a hard time holding on there because it's curved. It's just a little bitty tiny bit out of square. Just slightly. But you know, curved doors, they're going to be all sorts of craziness, and we're going to have to make, you know, all this fit into this curve thing, fit into that curve thing. There's a lot of curves going on, and we're going to have to make it all work one way or the other. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to be working on our jig. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Okay, so what we have now is the thing I showed you when we made the other day. I kind of cut it because I wanted it cut so I can do mitered work. What do you want to start with? Should we do the curved piece first, or should we do the straight pieces first? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do the straight pieces first. We got this mitered here, right? Boop. I'm going to put that on there like that. I'm going to miter this piece here, using my jig and this chop saw over here. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to make a miter cut on this thing. I know that this here is a little skinnier because that's the very end, so I might come in and cut it somewhere else. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll worry about the skinniness in a minute. First, we're going to cut this just to see how everything works. Boom. That looks pretty good. You see that? Yeah. I haven't pulled it together, but it looks pretty good. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to mark it over here with this guy. I really want my fine black pen. And I'm going to just mark the back here like this. A little line so I know where it is. And I'm also going to mark the front. So we left just a itty bit part of the line. Here, let's see. If I turn this back on, maybe I can use this. Okay, you can see there's my mark and there's my line. All right, we're just going to sneak up on it. And the other thing we can do also is take another one of these guys right here and cut another miter in it. Okay, so we have to flip this guy over. Somewhere in like that. Right, there we have a little miter on the Johnson right there. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to fit this around like that. All right, I'm going to turn you down just a little bit. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to mark this guy right here. This is where you need the bigger spectacles. All right, there we go. I'm going to dis-sand it a little bit. Sure, it'd be better if I didn't have to film myself. Good golly. All right, there we go. And that's that. That looks good to me. Boom, that's good, that's good, that's good. All right, so what we're going to do, what I could try to do is just tape it on there. Okay, that'll just hold it in place. I know, I tape everything. Not pulling on it too tight, just enough just to kind of hold it in place so I don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to mark this guy. So now I just have to take that off a little bit. I'm going to take this over the disc sander and do the exact same thing. I'm just going to disc it to fit the angle of the dangle. Yeah, be right back. So there's that. Uh-oh. Booger snot. All right, well, that's pretty good right there. Yeah, this is going the wrong way. I'm going to cut a little miter on this guy. That looks amazing. So that's basically how this whole thing's going to go. I'll put a piece on there like this. I'm going to tape this on now. And I got this cut, and I'm going to miter this piece over here. I'm going to tape that on. I'll flip it around. And this last piece, which is right here, which we already have this miter looking good. I hope it still looks good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, so I got the corner. That one looks good. This looks good. I think I got them all. Now the hard part. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I have to somehow domino this thing from the backside. And this is the part that makes me a little nervous. But we can always make all the parts we've made before, and I just got more tape on me. Good golly. Okay, so I'm going to get the domino machine. I'm going to practice on these little tiny curved pieces that I have right here. And then I think what we're going to do, I'll do it right now. I'm going to put some lines on here, on the back. And we're just going to line the lines up with the lines. And hopefully, we'll get it all figured out. So I'm going to do 3 across the top and bottom, 4 across the sides. I don't know how it's all going to come out, but then we have to sand the back. And we have to glue this whole thing up, and I don't know how I'm going to clamp it up yet. I'm going to use these little guys, I think, pretty much for on all the tongues like that. So that'll work. I'm just not sure if I can clamp it together. Yikes. All right, so here we go. I'm going to set it all up, and I'll see you in a minute. These little guys right here, a little tiny thing, is what we're going to use to hold on the molding. And while I was at lunch, I did some experiments. So I did a few experiments with straight pieces and a curved piece just to see how they would go in. So with much experimentation and trial and error, I think I got it sort of figured out. You want to check it out? Right here, check it out. So I think I might even actually glue this up just like this too. There it is. Here's the back. Probably fall apart on me now. But so the back's gonna The back's gonna need some serious sanding, and that's okay. I was expecting it. You can't put 2 curves, 3, 4 curves, whatever it is, together and expect it to be perfect. No such thing as perfect. A lot of sanding involved. But there's the back, and it doesn't fall apart. And there's the front. All right, so I'm gonna take it apart now. I clamped it together like this just to see if I could clamp it up. All right, so here it is. Without the clamps on it. It all stuck together. This is not glued up. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, the back's not too bad at all. Once I glue it up, like there's little spots. We're just gonna have to sand it. This is just the way it is. And yeah, so there you go. And I'll show you how it looks. Hope I don't. There we go. See, check it out. Pretty cool. Oh my God, that one doesn't want to come out. And there was a little trick. And I was getting kind of tired when all this was going on. I was like, I'm getting really hungry and grumpy, and I realized that the straight sections, these I just did straight. Okay, I just set this at 90 and zip-dopped it, and there it was, done. This part here I did at 90, okay? Zip-zop and it was done. Oh my God, there we go. Okay, these were at 90. Oh, man, that's really tight. Oh, okay, so what I'm getting at now is when I was doing these upside down and backwards, this way you can't do it 90 because the angle is this way compared to the curve. I actually had to set my fence and I scarred it in there. I scarred it for life. 86 degrees, so I tilted this up. Okay, so 86 degrees. And that allowed that to sit on there flat. Okay. Actually allowed it to be square. So these are at 90 because the back's straight, right? But this is at 86 degrees, making this all like, well, that's the wrong one. Put the right one in there. Oh, the damn fly's back. Okay. And that allows that to sit in there at the right angle, and it's not open in the front or anything like that. So a lot of experimenting and stuff, but it looks kind of cool, don't you think? Dominoes. Dominoes. I spent a lot of money on that damn thing. I'm going to use it as much as possible. I'm going to make domino toothpicks if I have to. Okay, so I'll show you how all this goes. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to glue this thing up, which is kind of backwards. So I'll probably put this at the end of the video, and me zip-zopping this thing and laying it out after I get all the miters done in this place here. Okay, ready? Here we go. So we're going to do the ends first. We're going to do everything that we could do flat first, and then we're going to change the angle and do the sides. So everything gets straight cuts, including these curved pieces right here, because it works pretty good. The only thing that gets the 4-degree angle cut on it are these ends here. So I'm just holding it by hand, lining the line up, that line with the line inside of here, and just zip-zopping them. So I'll do this one first. Okay, well that was exciting. Man, that's a workout on your forearm there. I'm getting too old for this crap. Okay, we did that. Let's start lining these things up. I'm assuming that this... Oh, you know what? We're forgetting something. What'd you forget, Kev? I got these ones here. I don't have these ones here. God, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting all excited. Sheesh. So I have to set this to 86 degrees. All right, here we go. Now this one you gotta just lift up. It's gonna do the same thing, except this has got a slight angle to it. There we go. All right, so let's stick these on real quick before the camera shuts off. I think this is this one up here. And sometimes you got to tap them into place. I got to tap them down a little. Try not to tap on the tips too much because, yeah, you don't want to ding them up. All right, got to give it the once over. I'm going to dry fit it like this, and then I'm actually going to clamp it up to see if any of these are too long, because if they're too long, then we're going to get a really bad gap in here. And then before I glue it up, I'm going to sand this front around over these edges and get rid of any pencil marks that are anywhere near the edge here, because once you glue it up, it's going to be harder to sand. Yep. Okay, here we go. More clamps. Always works better when it's dry. As soon as you put glue on it, everything starts moving around like it's going out of style. Going crazy and all that. There's that part. Yeah, and there we go. Get rid of this thing. So I'm gonna glue this up now. All right, so where do we start? I don't know. C. We're gonna start with the letter C. All right, 325. About 10 minutes it took to glue that up. And it stays on the jig pretty good. And I'm gonna use the jig actually when I clamp it up, and I'm not tightening these up tight. They're just barely snug. The hardest thing is to get these little Johnsons right here that move. See how that moves? You gotta get that right on the money. Right in the center. If you can at all possible. I don't know how that looks. I can't see nothing through it, but this is too low. Yeah, I gotta bring the clamps up higher. Otherwise, they're gonna wanna turn it down. I want it to go up a little. All right, I gotta get the other side going here. We'll see if we can get this figured out here in a minute. All right, so now we're gonna do the same thing, just barely over. This one has a little bit of a gap, so I'm gonna loosen these two up a little bit and let the whole thing kind of move over. All right, and tighten this up some more. There we go. Okay, now, I'm gonna force that down with a dead blow. I want the backs to be flush as much as possible. I don't really care what the front is. And everything changes when you put glue on it. All right, tighten up. Tighten. All right, I'm gonna move this way. Yeah, everything changes once you glue it up. So now we gotta get the backs looking good, which I might have to manipulate. I'm not sure if these are gonna be strong enough now or not. So this will work just to hold a couple of them just in place where they're almost good already. So I might use these guys. All right, that'll work. Look at baby clamps. They're good for something. So I'm gonna leave this glued up like this till tomorrow. I want all this glue to be 100% dry. Yeah, and then we're gonna try to put it in the door. And we'll see how that goes. Kind of on there, it's all kind of centered on there. Gadzooks. There we go. Wiping down a little excess glue in the back. Let me see. Can you see the back there? Gotta put one more here in the middle. The middle doesn't really have squat on it. Might make it a little bit flatter. Seems like a lot of work just for a stupid raised panel, doesn't it? Last time I made these, it was kind of similar. But it looks good when it's all done and it's curvy and it's stable. All right, there we go. I'm gonna go put it over here out of the way. God, time. 15 minutes. Whew. Took 15 minutes to wrap that thing up. All right. Well, hopefully you learned something there. Man, curve panels and all this curve stuff is kind of involved. And I know not a lot of people are going to watch these videos, but somebody out there someday might say, God, I wonder how you can do this. And they can watch some of these videos and hopefully it'll help them out, because I'm doing this with no CNC machines and no fancy tools, just regular tools that we use in our shop every single day. So, all right, you ready? Here, we're going to give the contest away for having 200 subscribers. Drum roll, please. What are we giving away? I'm giving away another butcher block. Yep. This is a 13 by 16 inch cherry and walnut butcher block with sapele pinstripes. Yeah, there you go. Let's see how to put it in here. Like this. All right, there it is. So the 3 rules are, number 1, you have to be a subscriber to this channel.
Subscribe now.
The second rule is you have to like this video. This video right here, you have to hit the like button and like. And the third thing is you have to comment below. And here's what you have to comment on. So somewhere in this video when I was running the molding around that raised panel, I said, oh, I'll just use this to help hold it in place. What was it that I used? It's just one word. And if you've seen my videos before, you know I use it quite a bit. So type what you think I used to help hold the molding in place in the comments below. Make sure you're a subscriber and you like this video. And then once over 100 people have commented and liked this video, which might take 500 years, but I'm going to give this butcher block away.
Nice.
Ship it to you however you want. So whenever we get over 100 people that do that, I'm going to hit the random picker. And we'll give it away to whoever wins. The only people that can't win are John and Jen. You've already won. You got your butcher blocks, and give somebody else a chance. All right, well, there you go. Simple, quick, and easy. It's like I always say, if I can do all this stuff, you can do it. So, yeah, I really appreciate everybody who subscribed and liked this channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. You have an awesome day. Go outside and play. Hug somebody you love. Be safe out there, and I'll see you next time right here on the Woodworking with Mr. Kevin. That's me. And thanks for watching the Curved Cabinets of Bimbo. And we'll see you next week with something a little different. I'm not sure what it is yet, but something different. We'll do the Curved Cabinets of Bimbo every other week or so, because I've got 500 gigabytes of video to go through, and it takes forever. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye. And whoop. Glue on these little tiny guys here. By the time I get done, I'll be covered in glue. Not everybody can be intelligent. Bah, sugar. How can we do this? Spinning around again. I'm doing the berry. Do the berry. I'm spinning. Knock on wood. All right. Hello, I'm back. Me. All right, people. Hope you're enjoying this. Hope it's interesting, at least. Wake up! Huh? Did you fall asleep? All right, here we go. All right, ready? Here we go. Speed it up. Silly me.